What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Jose Rodriguez. I'm happy to be here, and today I want to be speaking about a little bit of the male and female dynamic, right? Because this is always something that has been very interesting to me, and something that I am very comfortable speaking with publicly, or speaking about publicly, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is the male's responsibility and the female's responsibility. Now, I'm going to give you guys a basic general sense of what's in my head, what I believe, and based on my experience, what I seem to work best. And you guys can go ahead and take that and utilize it however the fuck you want, right? So I'm going to go ahead and first start with the male, right? And what the male's responsibility is. So the first thing that I'll say is every single day that a man wakes up, he's at war, period, right? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's not going to be at peace, but he's at fucking war when he wakes up. And the only way to find peace within that war is to be a soldier that nobody can fuck with. To be a man that is such a high caliber that he can handle those problems. He can handle high stress situations. But the only way to become that man is to sacrifice a lot of shit for training, for putting yourself in again, uncomfortable situations. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the picture for you guys so you can understand what that looks like, right? So a man, let's say, for example, of high value, you can go ahead and say, right, you can put that label on it. A man of high value is a man that has status, that has money, that has connections, that knows how to communicate, right? Is very charming, is good with people, right? Communication and social calibration is basically the same thing, right? If you're a good communicator, you can socially calibrate in any situation, or calibrate your communication in any situation, whether it's business, social, women, family, friends, whatever, right? So, and then be at the best or at the peak of whatever it is that they're doing, right? That's what a high value man is. That man that walks into that room and everybody knows that he's different than everybody else. Oh shit, who's that? Whether it's how he dresses, whether it's how he speaks, whether about how the people are treating him, right? All of that in one. His physique, his mindset, the shit that he's been through, the stories that he can tell, all of those things make the man, right? And this is why I also have a problem with people that say, oh, just be yourself. Because there's a lot of people that have been being themselves and it's not fucking working for them. Why? Because maybe themselves is a little bitch, right? That guy that cries and thinks that that's going to solve all of his problems. So guess what? Mommy's shoulder isn't going to be there in real life. You got to go out into the world and figure out your own shit, right? So how do you break out of that? By adapting to a better version of you, which to the core, if you're a man, is masculine, right? So how do you attain that masculine, optimal version of yourself, you can say, right? By putting in the fucking work. For me, that looks like waking up early, training, right? Hitting the gym, coming out, making some fucking money, educating myself consistently, right? Whether it's through my mentors, through anything that I read, anything that I watch, and any experiences that I have that I can then document, learn from, grab the message, grab the lesson, and update my life consistently. That's what that looks like. And again, that's with women, that's with your money, that's with your connections, that's with your business, that's with your mindset, that's with your health, that's with your family, that's with everything as a man. As a man, you have to be able to cover everything, period, right? So that to me is what a high value man is. And the only way to obtain that is to be that man, right? Which is not something that you could just switch on or off. No, you have to be that man all the time, period. Because the only way to be that person, to be that character, is to be that person. Like, there's no other way to go around it, right? It's not like you're going to play a persona online and then in real life you're going to be a piece of shit. No, you actually have to be that man, right? And the only way that you're going to program yourself to be that man is by the habits that you consistently put in place. A guy that's inconsistent with the gym is not going to be that man. A guy that's inconsistent with his money is not going to be that man. A guy that's inconsistent with his communication is not going to be that man. And guess what all of those three inconsistencies have in common? Laziness. And a high value man is not lazy, right? So what about a high value woman? Well, number one, she has to be pretty. That's number one. She has to be pretty. And I believe that any woman could do their best to look as pretty as they possibly could, right? Everybody's genetic is different, but every woman has the ability to go to the gym, get right, eat right, and look as pretty as she possibly could look for her, period, right? I don't propagate this obesity shit and this be comfortable with your body, because guess what? All of that is bullshit. Not just from the appearance perspective, but also for your health. It's not fucking healthy for you. It's not. So anybody that told you that is fucking lying to you. Why? Because they want to be nice. They don't want to offend you. They don't want to hurt your feelings. But guess what? Sometimes you're going to have to look in the mirror and see what the fuck is wrong with you so that you can become a better person. And that's that. Right? Now, besides that, a woman that's kind, a woman that's virtuous, a woman that's feminine. What we don't want to see is a woman that's ratchet. Nobody likes that shit, right? A woman that's aggressive. A woman that's confrontational. Now, I'm not saying that you can't stand up for yourself as a woman. Absolutely you can. You have to set your boundaries as a woman as well, right? But at the same time, you're not going to be like these outspoken fucking Karens that are aggressive, yelling at everybody, being disrespectful. Fuck that shit. That shit is unattractive as fuck. And guess what? You're not going to find the man at the opposite pole that is in his masculine prime by being a masculine woman. You're going to have to be a feminine woman, soft-spoken, kind, pleasant to be around, open-minded or more receptive, right? And I know that a lot of women are afraid of being that woman because maybe they've been taken advantage of in the past, or maybe how they've grown up with maybe how their parents lived their life, and maybe any traumatic events that they had as children. However, you have to be willing to break through those traumatic events, and you have to be willing to shed that skin, right? So that you can become the best version of yourself. And you're going to have to take chances. You're going to have to take risks. But guess what? The women that are soft, feminine, are not going to be attracting beta males. Males that are small, weak, don't want to work, don't want to be in their masculine role because of what? Because of responsibility. So the opposites are actually going to attract each other. So therefore, you should not be afraid of anything, actually. Because I've met guys that would be like, oh no, I want a girl that can pay for me, that can this, that can that. Like the masculine man's role, all of that. I want a girl that does that. And I gotta be honest. You know what? I'm always honest. I don't like saying that. I don't know where I picked that shit up from. Right? When people say to be honest or I gotta be honest, I don't like saying that because I'm always fucking honest. However, what I'm trying to say is this, or what I'm saying is this: if a man is already talking as a weak man, he's going to attract a weak woman. And what does that mean? And it's the same thing for a woman. If she's behaving like a weak woman, which is what? A woman in her masculine is a weak woman. She's going to attract a weak man. Because a strong man wants to take care of a woman, right? And if the woman is saying, I don't need a man, I'm a boss bitch, I can handle myself, this and that, that man is going to go somewhere else where he's needed because he has the value for it. He wants to be able to cash out his experiences, what he works so hard for, because it's not easy to become a high value man, right? He wants to be able to cash that out and say, look, this is what I've done. I want to put myself to use. A man wants to put himself to use. He wants to serve his community. He wants to serve his people. He wants to serve also his women, right? So a woman that is not going to allow that because she feels like she has to one-up him is not going to attract a man like that. She's going to attract a piece of shit. And it's the same thing for a man that isn't in his masculine role. He's going to attract some ratchet bitch that's basically going to want to lead. And from experience after experience after experience, and from seeing it, a woman leading a relationship is not the best idea. It's just not. And you could even ask any woman that would be honest with you, they would prefer the man to lead. But it has to be the right man, right? So people have to stop settling for less just because of maybe past experiences that they've had, or certain things that they were brought up seeing. Because a lot of the reasons why women in general are unhappy when they see another woman bragging and boasting about how great her man is and how submissive she can be to that man, because she trusts him, because she loves him, because she respects him, because she admires him. And there's a lot of salty ass bitches that will look at a woman like that and say, oh, you know, she's a pick me. She's allowing him to step all over her. Oh, she's a slave, this and that. Listen, the reason why a lot of these women are mad and upset is because it's so difficult actually to find a man like that. And the reason why it's been so difficult for these women is because they're in their masculine role. They don't want to submit to a man, right? They don't want to let go of the wheel. They want to try to control everything and I don't trust anybody. It's that all that toxic, wounded kind of fucking mentality. And these girls gotta fucking heal. That's the reality of it. And until they heal, they're going to see the world as nasty, as toxic. And it's the same thing for men. You know, all the dudes that are not responsible and not willing to step up to the plate and be that man that works hard, that does the right thing, right? Those men are going to hate women because they're never going to get picked by the women that they actually want. So they're going to develop this resentment towards women because they can't get the girl that they want, right? So it works on both ends. What's the main solution? To be the best version of yourself and to be the best fucking person that you can be in your pole, right? For me, it's for me to be the best masculine version that I can be, right? Which is very beneficial and very positive, not just for myself, but for my family and for my community. And it's the same thing for women, right? In her best interest is for her to be the best feminine female that she can be. Because now we're in the yin and the yang, right? One complements the other, and it's not like we're playing this power game, tug of war for who leads and who, no. The man has to lead, and if the man isn't capable of leading, you shouldn't be with that man. And if she's incapable of submitting to your leadership as a man, you shouldn't be with that woman. And maybe you do deserve to be fucking single until you get your fucking shit together as a man, right? So it goes both fucking ways. And everything has to be earned. Whatever you see in your life that you're not happy with is because for some way, shape, or fucking form, you've attracted that shit into your life. And we all have to look in the fucking mirror and hold each other accountable, right? Hold ourselves accountable. Because that's the only way to grow as an individual. And that's the only way to grow as a collective, right? To have a healthy and positive community. That's all I'm going to say. I'm already 14 minutes in. If you enjoyed this video and you found it valuable, feel free to share it with a friend, a family, or anybody that you think that may need to hear something like this. Shout out to the Built From Pain Network. That is my personal movement of men who are committed to becoming the best version of themselves. Shout out to you motherfuckers, all right? And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.